Well, one of the biggest things plaguing not just the United States and English-speaking countries of the world is sleep disordered breathing. And there are several different types of sleep disordered breathing. There's obstructive sleep apnea, there's upper airway resistance syndrome, even snoring. And many people snore when they sleep. And we have gotten accustomed to thinking this is normal, and it's just not the case. It's not normal to snore, it's just very common. But it's pathologic to snore. It's not good or safe to do this. So it's the majority of the population that's affected by this. And so the awareness of that up until recently has been very low. I think of it as a very critical piece to overall health is the airway. We think about diet and exercise being discussed all the time in our culture. It's very much the focus of how do you stay healthy. You have a good diet and you exercise. I think of airway as being the third component to an overall healthy individual. And I analogize it to being three parts of a three-legged stool. You have a stool and you have to have all legs of the stool working properly in order for the stool to support the weight of the individual. And those three legs of the stool are a great diet, regular exercise, and the third one, and the one that's just as equally as important, is airway. Without any one of those legs, the person is not going to be supported. They're not going to be able to live a healthy life. So they're all equally important. Unfortunately, diet and exercise tend to be the only ones that are ever discussed. Airway, up until recently, has not been discussed enough, and not many people know about it. So the purpose of Airway Matters Most, the course, is to first bring attention to this. We don't need to bring attention necessarily to diet and exercise anymore. People already know this part. The third leg of the stool is airway, and what I'm trying to bring to the world is an awareness of this concept. And this stool analogy, you need all three parts in order to have full health. And without it, you're not going to be a complete individual. You're not going to be able to live that long life that you're looking to live. In fact, if you don't have proper airway, proper sleep, the diet and the exercise could actually be doing you more harm than good. Because if you're not able to breathe well while you're sleeping, that is your period of healing. And that's such an important component of, when you go to the gym, you're damaging your muscle tissue, you're tearing down your muscle tissue. It's at night while you sleep that muscle tissue gets rebuilt. And a lot of people are going through their lives really doing a great diet and exercise, but they're walking throughout their day and they're so tired and they don't understand why. They think they're doing all the right things, but they're missing that one critical component of sleep and breathing. And that's what the course is about. Primarily, is bringing an awareness of the issue. And then secondarily, it's telling people the first steps that they can take to actually turn this thing around for themselves and for their children. And my goal with the course is to raise such an awareness within the population that the children of today, by the time they become adults, I want us to have effectively wiped out or greatly reduced the incidence of sleep apnea, upper airway resistance syndrome, snoring, down to such a level that it's no longer nearly as much of an issue as it used to be, or as it is today.